Okay.
I'm Bill.
I'm Donna.
And we own the Green Dragon Hostel.
Excellent.
For a year and a half at least. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So last year, around this time, you met some fairly crazy people named Rifle and Gadget and Soap. Tell me about how that happened.
Oh, they're some of our favorite people, actually. They're the best. They've been so great to us and kind and fun. I can tell you about how we met Gadget and Sassafras and Soap.
Well, actually, Sassafras wasn't with them just yet.
Oh, somebody was because the car was full.
Stick the Eagle.
Stick the Eagle. So who was the fourth person that got in the car?
I'd have to look it up.
Yeah. So we got a phone call to go pick up some hikers over at Mountain Crossing, over at Neal's Gap. And I got over there, and the 3 people I was supposed to be picking up had turned magically into 4 people, which was a problem because I took my wife's Fiat and not the big car. And so when I got over there, Gadget seemed to be running the show, and I didn't know who they were yet. And she was like, so, please, we just met this really nice guy, and that ended up being Stick the Eagle, Brian. And we talked him into coming with us to the hostel, which I thought was nice of them. Can he come with us too? And now in my head, I'm calculating the Tetris puzzle that we're about to face, because I got 4 hikers, Stick the Eagle's tall, and they have all their gear. And I said, listen, I don't think it's going to happen. They said, can we try? And I said, if you'll try and we can get in there, it is a 30-minute drive. If we can get in, we'll do it. And I let them start working at it, and they got in there. And I don't know how they did it.
They probably had their packs on there. Like, they had to put 2 packs on
we
laps.
put 2 in the back. And I remember in the front seat, there was a pack being hugged. And the 3 in the back seemed to have one sideways. And they were like knees up to the ceiling like this. That was probably Brian. Or maybe he got in the front. And I'm going to tell you right away, I just knew that these were fun people, because they were laughing and making fun of how they were sitting in the car, and they were just a ball of energy and fun. And then they ended up staying with us, and then they actually came back again when they
hit Unicorn.
Hit Unicorn, that's right. And by then we were already kind of in love with these people. They were just really silly.
You took that really
happy.
Funny picture, which is now a tradition, to have them all stand on one of the picnic tables at Mountain Crossing.
It was real
and do
foggy,
like an album drop photo.
And kind of cool looking. And I got all 4 of them to stand on the table and look down at me, and I got down on the ground and looked up.
Wow.
And they're all just kind of leaning, and they're like towering. And it just was like the best picture I think I took last year of hikers. And it just happened to be them.
Yeah.
And they were all great, but they also began a tradition of I have a lot of books downstairs, and the hikers are allowed to take one apiece if they want. And I started hiding them in Soap's pack. And every couple hours or so, he'd walk up to me and go, I need to speak to you, sir. And he'd pull a book out and show it to me. It became a real running gag.
Oh, how funny.
Yeah, and so that's going to come back at the end of the story when we talk about when they came back.
Okay.
The book thing came back again.
Okay.
Yeah, the funny thing is, Bill's trying to convince Soap to take something god-awful, like
it was
like
an
the Norton
anthology
Anthology
of
of
English
Literature.
yeah.
And then come to find out they actually end up carrying something even heavier.
Yeah.
And about the same size.
Didn't know about the brick yet. And then, and I don't remember.
So you did hear about the brick.
Yeah.
I thought you had seen the brick, because you came back with photos. It's the photos of the brick, and you even posted it on social media, and you said, this is why he made a post on social media, and he said, this is why I love hikers so much. Remember, you posted on social media.
No, I'd seen it or something online or something, but I had not seen the brick yet, because the brick was already being handed off.
Then we knew about the brick, but you hadn't seen it in person.
Yeah, Rifle must have told us about it.
Yeah, because I remember you posted on social media, and your exact post was, this is why I love hikers.
Now, I don't remember I picked up Rifle before or after the other 4, but I went to Indian Grave to pick up Rifle, and there was a lady there that Rifle had been trying to convince that she needed to stop for the day. It was already a little late, and that she needed to come back to the hostel with it, and she didn't want to do that. So as Rifle and I are driving away, I think we must have been about 2 miles down that forest road, and Donna calls me and she goes, the lady you just met, can you go back and get her? And I'm like, oh. So Rifle laughed, he didn't care, we went back and got her, and yeah, that's all I remember about that though. I don't remember who it was. Yeah, it doesn't matter.
I don't remember.
Yeah. And what else?
So Gadget and Soap and Sassafras all stayed here.
Yeah.
As that was early in their hike.
Yeah.
Very early, mile 30 in their hike, and
Yeah,
then they came
yeah.
back at mile 52 in their hike.
Oh, I see. Okay.
Yeah, and because that's actually a close point for us to pick up, and yeah, they were just great. Yeah.
So fast forward.
Yeah.
When was the next that you heard about Bricky? Was it when Soap and Gadget were getting caught up in the hurricane?
Oh no, we followed Bricky all the way to Katahdin.
Okay.
Yeah, but I don't remember if I knew about Bricky while they were here. I think Rifle may have told me that he had dropped off a brick, and he may have shown me the picture because I'd seen the picture, and that he may have told me what he had done, and I just thought that was funny. It reminded me of being in the Army. We were always pulling pranks on people. It reminded me of that, and I just thought that was great. And then we just kind of followed, not always. I didn't always know where it was, but every once in a while it would show up on social media. I'm like, oh, there's Bricky again.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, we followed when Bricky got his kids. When
Uh-huh.
we went to the city. Yeah.
I think that one of the best parts was when he went to that ribbon cutting ceremony in Virginia, I think it was.
Unbelievable.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's seen amazing things. So.
Yeah.
And then, did Rifle come back first before the other
No.
two?
No, he didn't come on that trip. So
Okay.
Gadget told me that she was coming back to visit, and we were super excited. And she actually ended up coming 2 days early because Hurricane Helene was coming. And so she was like, "It's okay. Would it be okay if I shuttled in tonight?" And actually, one of her good friends, Wendy, hey blessings, she who had done a flip flop, and so she had hiked from Harper's to Katahdin with that group. So she was coming down. And we go out in the dark to meet the shuttle driver, and Gadget had asked me, she's like, "Hey, I have someone else who wants to come. Is that all right?" I'm like, "Yeah, bring him." And we're getting out of the car, and Bill hears this voice goes, "Hello, Bill," and he turns around, and he's like, "What?" And then we're freaked out. It was Soap, and they surprised us.
They
So it was
surprised
nice
us, and
big
he
surprise.
lost weight.
Yes.
So in the shadows, in the rain, he is standing this far from me, and I don't recognize him. And I'm trying to help him get his gear out.
Well, and also he was shaved.
And he
by
lost a
then.
lot of hair too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So here I'm helping his
But we were
gear.
used to watching, photos of him going to Katahdin, looking all scruffy and bearded.
So I mean, he's a foot away from me, and I didn't realize it was him. And he was probably kind of astonished that I wasn't like saying hi to him. And then it was Soap, and so we let out a scream, and then he later on, I brought down a couple of shots for them, and we did a little shot of some raw.
toast.
Yeah, down in the rain, actually, in the pack area.
Fun.
Just got so excited to see them, and he said, "I have something for you." And I said, "What?" So he had carried with him a gift for me, all the way from England, and then backpacking, and kept it safe. And it is the most beautiful copy of The Hobbit that he had found in the airport in England.
Oh wow.
And it's a hardback, and it's small, and it has all original artwork from Tolkien, and so I was blown away. And he wrote a message in there for hikers, but truthfully, I don't want to leave it down there because it's pretty special. And he said, "It's yours to do what you want to do with it." I'm being a little selfish on this one because it's a big deal.
Yeah.
He's one of our first early hikers. We think he's great. We think that whole group is
We
great.
think the whole group is great.
Yeah.
Gadget is she's just such a lovely person. I mean, she's just a good person. She's entertaining and engaging.
Yeah, they're all great.
Okay, so surprise. It wasn't just Gadget, it was Soap too.
Yep.
And they got reunited with Wendy and walked her all the way back down to Springer. So then Rifle met them because, Bricky didn't hike. I mean, no shade, like we support hike your own hike. But Bricky had not actually hiked from Amicalola or Springer to Neil Gap. He was driven there. So then Rifle met them at Neil Gap, and they did photo opportunities,
And
and then hiked him the rest of the way. So now Bricky can say that he is, a 2,200 miler.
So how did the idea come about for Bricky to come back here and stay?
I don't know.
It was all him.
Abe just called me out of the blue and was like, hey, I want to come up and, just do, like a day hike for a day or two. Could I stay with you? We're like, hell yeah, absolutely. We'd love to see you. And he said, could I bring Bricky? I'm like, yeah, we would love to see Bricky.
Mm-hmm.
And then after he got here, he said, I think Bricky needs to stay with you for a while.
Mm-hmm.
And we talked about like, no, Bricky needs to be like in a museum. But I don't know. I think Bricky had some post-trail blues, and it's been good for him to like be back around hikers.
Yeah,
and,
advice for new hikers. and helping them
yeah,
out.
like reliving his glory days. And I told him, I was honest with him. I'm like, we really don't have any work for stay options right now because we have Nimrod. But we're willing to like host him, But it's actually worked out great because he is here. Don't listen, Bricky. His head is so big. He is kind of a celebrity, and so many of our hikers do know about him. And I think he's definitely enjoying all of the attention.
We've had hikers like make videos and say, I have to send this to my daughter because she's obsessed with Bricky.
Yeah.
We've had that happen.
Yeah. So you know what? I think it's a good place because this is kind of where he got his start. Or, like one of the places early in the trail where he got his start. And now he can, like live his glory days and still feel like he's a part of the trail and bring joy to people. People really do. It's like a celebrity sighting for them.
They seem to know who he is. Even people you wouldn't think, like, because they're brand new to this. They're like, that's Bricky.
Yeah.
I get excited.
Instead of just sitting, no shade, to Abe, but instead of just sitting, around in Abe's house, now he gets to interact with hikers and gets to make people smile.
Well, when I first heard that Bricky was going to come here, I just thought it was a terrific idea.
Oh, yeah, thanks.
So
yeah, we love him.
That way people see him.
He's a little precocious sometimes. Anywhere from stubborn to inappropriate, but he's a good kid. We love him.